I got a bit of a headache, and I'm going to be quite the busy bee today on this fine Tuesday. Hopefully, I'll get this upload today as well. So, like I said, it's going to be pretty busy. I'll keep it nice and short. So, this is probably going to be, you know, I'm really not too sure. I'm really heavily considering it, but this might be the last of the .00 series. Oh, I know, shocker. A lot of people looking forward to it. Granted, yeah, I only had about 62 subscribers as of me, recording this and whatnot. But at the same time, it really wasn't too big and influential, and there really weren't they did get a pretty big chunk of my views, but a lot of the other content I had did get a little bit more views than that. And granted, yes, I should be posting more content, just really trying to get into the swing of things. But excuse me. But in reality, it's like I really didn't enjoy the 0.0 series. In all honesty, granted, yes, it was fun to record the first like 3, 4-ish. Yeah, say like the first three, those first few, I thought they were pretty neat because it described what I was doing. But at the end of the day, it was just a lot of talking. And even if I was to potentially put that stuff on certain podcasts and whatnot, it really just isn't really captivating at all. Even to my standards, I try and edit some parts of it to at least make sure that it is captivating at some points. I try and make it pizzazz where I can, and I try and bring up some good topics and subjects to talk about. But at the end of the day, I am just kind of talking about myself and what I'm kind of going through on my day-to-day life and in my endeavors for all these different projects I'm doing. So at the same time, it's just me personally, I don't really find them very intriguing anymore. Not only that, they're kind of a hassle to edit and everything because I have to sift through at least 30 minutes worth of footage. That's the average that I usually get for most of the videos. And then I have to cut it down a very tremendous amount. With the exception being the latest, I think it was 0.6 I did, which was the exception, which was about 40 something minutes. So you're probably wondering what I've been kind of up to, and I've been up to quite a bit. I've been up to writing. I've been writing a novel. I think I mentioned it in a couple different videos, but that novel I'm very passionate about it. I did it back in 2023. I did a very great deal of work on it, and then I kind of left it on the back burners for 2024. The majority, I worked on it some here and there. But now in 2025, I've decided to kind of get back into it, especially because I've been really just wanting to get back into writing, and I have a bunch of creative ideas, just wanting to jot down. In my spare time, I would just write paragraphs, see if I was still, if I was just kept, fresh with my grammar and fresh with my writing style and everything. So I am by far no, I'm not like a professional or anything. I'm not a professional with kind of anything really. I mean, I am 18 and I really don't have like a career or a profession. I mean, not really many people my age do, especially when you're in school. You kind of just do whatever, see what you like, and then it's late, then it's after high school you do that kind of stuff. But, like I said, I'm not a professional or anything. I feel the need to kind of convey certain things, to you guys and whatnot, just to ensure that people aren't judging me, along the way too much. Granted, I don't really mind the judging at times, but at the same time, I don't want to be bombarded with like, oh, well, you said, you're able to do this and you wanted to do this, but it's, super mediocre and whatnot. Like, yeah, whatever, I'll get the hate anyways. But at the same time, I just want to, specify that I'm not trying to be really like cocky or egotistical or say that I like, know it all or anything like that. So sometimes I just specify all that. Aside from me going back into kind of, the flow of writing, I've been getting a bunch of cool stuff for myself, big capital investments. I'm not going to go into detail, but if, maybe you're some of my family, you might know some of these cool things. I have gotten back into a lot more big self-improvement protocols, and I know what you're probably thinking, self-improvement, yada yada, a lot of gibberish. It's a very oversaturated niche online, and in real life with all these courses and all these different, gurus and all these, regular people really. But me personally, I just like holistic self-improvement, regular self-improvement as a whole. I just like it because, you're helping yourself. You're improving yourself to be a better person. I've been hopping, I made a post about it, a little community post, but I have posted about it and I am getting more into it, and I've seen a lot more progress. Not saying that I was a complete devil before self-improvement. Self-improvement's like a perpetual thing that I've been doing since like 2021. But it's just, I've been seeing a bunch more progress lately, which is really good, especially because a lot of these different, protocols, plans, and schedules and everything, I did kind of leave not behind, but I just kind of forgot about them and, gradually stopped committing to them, which did lead to a couple of bad things sprouting up here and there, which I have been able to squash and slowly, getting back into the role of, just a bunch of the self-improvement things. Like meditating, reading, with a bunch of good habits and whatnot. And a lot of these good habits I just like doing in general, even if it was not part of self-improvement, even if it is just good habits and hobby habits that I just genuinely like. I've been getting into it, even if it isn't considered self-improvement. I've been getting back into it. This is kind of just another specification, I just want to specify, is that even aside from the self-improvement stuff, this goes in this little part, I'll edit it in, but even aside from that kind of self-improvement stuff, it's not that I'm solely relying on self-improvement as like the basis of my life and whatnot, but even aside from that, like I said, even just me committing some certain things to hobbies, and even just getting certain things in my life in order is just good, it's good all around, and I like having it. It's just I couldn't word it a little bit differently, because self-improvement is really such a broad spectrum. You can essentially put almost anything you're doing in life, as long as it's benefiting you and improving your life, short-term, long-term, in the now. But, you get it. Also, pardon if I am moving around a little bit. I am just kind of hungry. I haven't had much to eat for lunch, and I have a headache, and I also need to drink water. Half tempted to pick the camera up, because it's on a water jug. Well, my phone, I shouldn't use the camera, but my phone is standing against a water jug, so. Okay. But yeah, I'm not really going to go into big detail about this, because it's just a rant. And at the end of the day, I am just kind of talking about simple things that I just like to do. But, like I said, I've just been kind of, I've been kind of busy. I've got a lot more, not a lot, I'd say, but I'd say a decent, kind of considerable role with a bunch of different things in life. I'm starting to get more familiarized with a bunch of different things. I'm learning a bunch of different things, trying to learn a bunch of different things. Oh yeah, and also another thing is, in my spare time, I have gotten a little bit more spare time as well. And in that spare time, I do kind of get a little bit overboard. Like, what was it? Actually, this Saturday, I didn't have much, because was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't know what it was. I was supposed to do a bunch of recording and editing and whatnot, but then CapCut got banned and I didn't have an ability to edit any of that. And then I just, the recording I already did, I was like, that is way too long. I'm not going to edit that crap. And then in this video, it's going to be easily summarized, just real quick. But yeah, that day I didn't have much to do, so I played video games all day, and kind of went a little bit overboard with it, really. Man, I love Callisto. But yeah, I don't want my thoughts to get too, sporadic and all over the place. I am making a sandwich and whatnot, and there's another piece of recording that I have to do, so we'll get back to it. My allergies are kicked up a little bit, so I do apologize if I sound a little bit nasally, but anyways. So with all that, I am wondering now, what should I post? And initially, I didn't have an answer, but now that I'm really starting to think about it and really starting to look back on some old ideas and old things I had for getting the ball rolling and everything, when I didn't even start YouTube, and when I did have all my projects, I started thinking about the different kind of content I could make, and one part of it was vlogging, yes, but it wasn't going to be like the .0 series, the .00 series, but it would have been something similar to that. But there would have been a little bit more content, so I want to be looking back at some of that stuff to potentially see if I can, make certain content that would be better. And not only that, it'd be more enjoyable. The most important thing to this is that it's enjoyable for me. Granted, yes, I am trying to grow a bunch and really, convey all these different projects to show to the world and everything. But at the very end of the day, it is solely because I enjoy it and I want to enjoy it. And I want to continue making these videos and not have it such a hassle, without it being consistent, without it being inconsistent of like 2 to 3 weeks, for an upload and whatnot, because, I'm either, it's crammed in for time, it's such a hassle to edit because it takes such a long time, or it's just because I'm really not looking forward to it. I'll even postpone it for a day or two if it's on a weekend, because I'm, coping by saying that I want to spend this day to myself, or I'll spend, this Saturday to, just doing something, on my own and whatnot. So it is just something that I need to really consider, is the different kind of content I should be making. But in the meantime, like I said, I did make a little community post stating that, I needed to find a new editing software and everything because TikTok got banned. I wasn't really fond of the app. And then CapCut also got banned, which I didn't even realize they had like some kind of business deal or a tie-in with TikTok. So it did get, banned, but I'm sure most people know. I mean, I realized it too, but it literally got unbanned within I think a day or two. So I looked back today actually on CapCut, and I mean, I can essentially edit now and whatnot, but I did consider a bunch of different options. I do actually have another editing software on the back burners in case I do decide to switch over, or in case CapCut and TikTok do officially get banned in sometime soon. So with that, no, I'm probably not going to delete all of those videos, but I am probably going to make a different type of content. I'm sure I've stated in some of those videos that I did want to find a certain way of making content with that series specifically. And then, obviously with all the other content, I need to find a certain way. But it's just more, I've been moving at such a slow pace that I don't really find a good way to create. Not a good way, but I don't find a certain style of creating content. I don't find the right momentum for my content because it's so gapped in between, and it's such a hassle to edit such a large amount of footage that I don't know what to put, that I don't know what to put for certain time periods of the video, because I'll have 10 to 15 minutes, which is a pretty good amount of editing that's in that segment, and then the next 10 to 15 is literally just like this, me talking, and then it'll be kind of inconsistent with that. So with all that being said, I don't want to make this video too long. This is basically just me stating that I'm trying to find a new way to create content, and I'm hoping to make the 0.0 series a lot shorter than it is in terms of video length, and I want to make it more engaging, especially because I personally want to look forward to making some of these videos. Not saying that I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it, but not as much as I believe I should. Granted, yes, I need to be disciplined in uploading content and filming and editing and whatnot, but there's a difference between, you being disciplined and then just absolutely not liking the amount of work you're having to put in and all that. That's understandable, especially because I am very flexible with YouTube. It's super flexible. You can do, it's not like a job, that's kind of a different story, but that's whatever. So with all that, this is just a big statement, and I do want to say that I'll probably be posting, hopefully, I'm not going to promise anything, but hopefully I'll be posting a little bit more the following couple weeks and months and whatnot, just to really keep getting into the habit of posting and really getting more content out there. I think now I'm going to have this big plan. I'm always wanting to make plans for this kind of stuff, and I already have a part of this plan already listed, which is a video list and kind of schedule thing, where I have a bunch of ideas for content and a bunch of ideas for, certain video titles, the kind of editing, the kind of recording, when and where, all that kind of stuff, and I made one a way long time ago, and then I have one now. I'm just kind of merging them together to get a bunch of ideas. Even if they're not really fledged out, it's good to just have those ideas jotted down. And alongside that kind of plan, I'm going to try and have some more finite details of how I'm going to edit and how long the video should be, and, just kind of stuff like that. So I do want to say thank you so much for watching, to the 62 subscribers that have kind of kept up with my videos, and to the people watching these videos and whatnot. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'm just really hoping to keep growing. Even though, yes, it is a bit of a slow process, I'm really starting to understand more and more as I go. I really do appreciate the 62 subscribers that I do have, even though, yes, it is a bit of a small one. It's 60, you really think about it, it's 62 people that do decide to tune in to your videos and watch your content, which I really do appreciate that. Even to the people who maybe even aren't subscribed, who are seeing my content, I just want to say thank you for watching and just seeing me rant about some stuff, and then seeing my other content if you have seen it, At the end of the day, I do this because I personally enjoy it, and I want to make something out of it in the future, with me presenting all these projects and all these different things I'm working on. I'm wanting to show them to the world, and also because I just genuinely enjoy this kind of stuff. And even though, yes, I really don't have a lot of it sorted out, and I really don't have, I'm not really set in stone for a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, you know, I'm gradually learning as I go, and then I'm gradually learning as I'm stopping with whatever halts me in my place, and then just planning, you know, a little bit for the future, and really just trying to intake as much information as I can for all these different projects and for YouTube. So that's the last bit of this video. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, it is recording. I was like, I was waiting for, but dang, look at this. Yeah, buddy.